Hello and welcome. You have tuned into Market Fatafat on ET now. I'm Shrishti Sharma and with me Cheryl D'Souza. And viewers, this is the show where we highlight all the counters that are buzzing either on the back of the news flow or on the back of the technicals. In a short while from now, we will connect with our expert as well as our research analyst to highlight all those counters that are seeing action in today's trading session as of now. But before that, let's have a look at what the markets are up to. So Cheryl, a lot of sector specific action today indeed. What we are seeing is that the IT, the metal pack, they are seeing stellar gains.
Absolutely, Shrishti. A day of gains, a day of record high coming in for benchmark indices once again. Let's not forget that we are aiming to shut shop this week on a high, quite literally, given the fact that you have Nifty scaling past the 21,300 mark. You have Sensex that scales at 70,000 mark, or rather 71,000 mark on an intraday basis. So spectacular gains coming in from our benchmark indices. And let's not forget what the sectoral indices are doing, because all of them are also at the forefront. And talking about forefront, you have Nifty IT index that is actually seeing stellar gains once again in today's trading session. 4% up move on Nifty IT index. And talking about Nifty IT index, if you want to dwell more exactly what is happening in the IT index, what should you do about your investments in the IT index, in a short while from now, around 2 p.m., you will have tracking trends with Nikunj Dalmia, where he will be discussing in depth about what's happening in the IT index and what are the trends that you need to watch out for, and also solve your queries on the IT index, so IT stocks per se. So don't miss that particular episode, this episode coming up at 2 p.m. So that is about the IT index, that is the top sectoral gainer. Do send in your queries on the number flashing on your screen. Well, that's all about the IT index, but let's not forget the other indices also that are trading pretty high in trade. That's metal index, dollar index is seeing a slip, and that's kind of having a rub-off effect on the metal index. Also a healthy economic data coming in from China also rubbing off on metal index. So that's how the markets are panning out right now, Shrishti.
Well, yes, but with this, let's move on and let's start highlighting all the counters that are buzzing. But before that, let me welcome on board Swati Ananda Hotkar from Nirmal Securities on the technical front, as well as Lisa on the research side. Very good afternoon, both of you, and thank you so much for your time. But moving on, and let's kickstart with the first stock then, and that is Arvind Limited. This particular counter is seen to be having stellar gains today on the back of a brokerage note, where we understand that Spark Capital has come out with a note where they have initiated coverage on this counter with a buy rating and a target price on your screen. That is 352 rupees. That's almost 100 points away even from the current market price. What they are saying is that the company has undergone several transformation in its textile business to align with the challenging industry needs, and some of these initiatives are the work in progress, but otherwise they are done in a right direction. Now turnaround efforts are paying off for the company, and along with that, if there is a change in the segment mix, there's improvement in the garment as well as their margins, and operating leverage should lead to 18% EBITDA CAGR. Other than that, the rising contribution from their AMD and the garment segment is expected to improve their overall capital efficiency, and on a back of great targets as well as positive commentary, this counter is seeing no stopping.
Absolutely, Arvind, for you, surging in trade, 5% up move coming in from that particular counter. But Swati, let's talk about HEG, and this is one of these high beta stocks, isn't it? Graphite and HEG. But on the charts, how is it looking for you right now? Do you think scope of a sharp up move ahead?
Yes, definitely. We have seen a very strong rally in this particular counter. I believe that this momentum is likely to be carried forward beyond 1100 odd levels. So the overall view is definitely positive. Downside, it has a very good support formation at around 1000 levels. So I would say those who are having any long positions, they should definitely carry on for immediate target of 1100 and above. At 1140, 1150 levels can be seen on the high side.
All right, moving on then, let's talk about JKumar Infra, and that particular counter is a buzz in today's trading session. And the reason for JKumar Infra seeing that sort of a move is the fact that they actually bagged an order, a substantial order actually in today's trading session. They've actually informed the bourses that they've ordered or bagged order worth about 583 crore rupees. I'll get that change for you. The order win amount is 583 crore rupees, and this is for construction of actually 4-lane elevated corridor in Chennai. On back of an order win worth about 583 crore rupees, you can see that a surge coming in for JKumar Infra. The stock is perched at about 10% up move right now. Last when I checked, it was only 4% higher actually, Shrishti, but now if you look at the stock, is trading higher by approximately 10.5%, 583 crore rupee worth of order win.
Oh, well, yes, no stopping for JK Tyres as well. But let's move on from the IT pack. Swati, we believe that a lot of IT counters are showing great moves and it must be a tough choice. But from the pack, you have picked up HCL Tech. How the chart's looking like and what are the next targets?
Yes, HCL Tech is one of the strong counter, and today's, if you look towards the rally, it's almost 5% on the higher side. If you look on a monthly chart, the stock has given a breakout of the pennant pattern and it's just heading towards the formation of high tops, high bottom. I believe that the stock has a still strength and it may climb 1540 levels on the high side and looking for the target. So those who are having any long positions, they can hold on, because I believe that this particular counter will see more upside towards the 1540 to 1600, whereas the stop loss can be kept at 1420 levels on the downside.
Alright, that is HCL Tech for you. Remember, the tech counters are seeing sharp up move in trade today. But Lisa, let's talk about Ather Industries and what exactly is transpiring in that particular counter.
Right, so let me give you a background. Just 2 weeks ago, Ather, the facility, caught fire and it was impacted. The stock price also tanked very badly, and that was on the back of the concerns over the production going forward. So yes, now the management has come up with an update. They said that there is an update coming in from the authorities. So the FSL, that is the Forensic Science Lab report, that has been submitted to the police authorities, and the police have said that there is no negligence, no mishap, and it is a pure accident. So that means that Ather Industries production facilities can resume soon, and the management said to ET Now that they can immediately start as soon as the permission is received from factory inspector as well as the Gujarat Pollution Control Board. So with that, the site 3, which has been affected mainly, so they are working on that, and management had earlier highlighted that production can begin in the next 3 months. So that is why we can see Ather Industries, it's trading higher today. It's almost about around 8% as we speak.
All right, that's the Ather Industries for you. But moving on, and Hind Corporate today is also seeing good moves, and even the middle pack, like we were just discussing, Cheryl. Swati, that's the counter on your radar. Tell us what are the next targets that one should be looking out for, because in the past 6 months, the stock has already shown a run-up of 65%.
Yes, this particular counter is really doing very well on the monthly chart. If you look towards the data from 2020 to 2022, the stock was trading in the downward sloping channel. In the month of August, it has given a breakout of the downward sloping channel, and just slowly and steadily it's moving ahead. I believe that the upside, we can see that the stock is going to reach up to 220 to 240 levels. So at the current level, I will suggest those who are interested to take a buy call also. They can do the buying on every dips towards to 170 level. I believe that this stock will really likely to continue this rally towards 240.
All right, but moving on, let's shift focus to another IT name, that what it is doing, and that is Sonata Software, on the back of the buzz that we are seeing in the IT. Other than that, the factor that we wish to highlight is the brokerage note by IDBI Capital, where they have initiated rating on this particular counter with a target price of 915 rupees. The new CEO has enabled the company to drive the strong financial performance, is what IDBI Capital is highlighting. The focus on investing in the sales and the marketing, as well as account mining and hunting, and strong platformation frameworks are expected to be the key long-term drivers. The company is aspiring to double its international services revenue by FY27 from FY23 in comparison to that, and believe it could be achieved before that by FY26 is what IDBI Capital is working with the estimates. So on the back of this brokerage note, Sonata Software is in focus.
Alright, moving on, let's talk about Adani Enterprises, Swati, and we've actually seen Adani group counters have a very good run of late. Especially Adani Enterprises, as you can see it on your screen, over the last 1 month itself, sharp up move coming in for that particular counter. Where do you see it headed from here on?
Yes, from the last 1 month, you have rightly pointed out that the stock is really doing very well, almost given a gains of almost 25 to 26% within a span of 1 month. Now the daily chart shows that the stock has given a formation of the flat pattern, and it's on the verge of giving the breakout of the same. So more upside can be seen in this particular counter, which might take a stock towards to 3,100 to 3,200 levels. So it's definitely, the view is positive on this particular counter. And one should hold their long position as long as 2700 levels are intact. So hold your long position for immediate target of 3200 levels on the high side.
All right, moving on, let's talk about Metro Brands, and that particular counter is in focus in today's trading session because you have Kotak Institutional Equities that has initiated a coverage on the counter with a reduced rating. What they are saying is that they see a fair value at around 1,250 rupees per share, which is actually approximately 7% odd rupees from the current market price for the counter. What Kotak is saying that while there is a lot to like, the stock is actually fully priced. They're saying Metro Brands' average selling price of 1,450 rupees is highest amongst the listed players. They're expecting the compound annual growth rate of 18% in revenue from FY23 to 26. Also, they're saying that the store network expansion is the primary growth driver coming in for Metro Brands. If you look at the other counters as well, there's Bata also that is in the entire foray when you come to footwear space. But for now, what they've done is they've initiated a coverage with a reduced rating. They're saying the fair value for the counter is around 1,250 rupees per share. But definitely store expansion, a key driver for Metro Brands. So that's why you have Metro Brands that's in focus.
Okay, moving on then. And Swati, what's your take on graphite along with the metals? How do you see this particular counter moving?
See, graphite, we have seen that this particular counter was just given the breakout of 1500 DMA in the month of the November, and from there onwards it is just trading in the pattern of the high tops and high bottoms. I believe that the longer term horizon, definitely the stock has given the flag pattern breakout. Also, the interesting point that since the 2018 the stock was trading in a downward channel, and as of now it just has came out from that bearish mode, and slowly and steadily it's moving ahead towards to 550 levels. So the short term target, first I'm looking forward towards to 510, above that level 600 levels can be seen very soon. So those who are interested to take a buy call at the current market price, definitely one can go for it because the risk reward ratio is favorable. Downside, it has a very good support at around 510 levels. So hold your long positions by maintaining a stop loss of 510 for immediate target to 600 to 640 levels.
All right, so that's the take coming in on Graphite India. On that note, we'll slip into a break on this edition of Market Fatafat. More stocks to discuss on the other side, so don't go anywhere.
Welcome back. You're watching Market Fatafat on EG now, where we are highlighting all the counters that are buzzing in trade and continuing the same. Let's go across to Lisa then to find out why Texmaco Rail is in focus and why such a great move on the stock today. Lisa?
Right, Srishti. So Texmaco Rail is in focus. In fact, it hit an all-time high today. It's at around 188 rupees per share. This is on the back of an order win which they received from the Ministry of Railway. Quite a large order win. This is for the manufacturing and supply of 3,400 wagons valued at around 1,374 crore. And so that is the reason the stock is buzzing today. It's up around 4%. Early morning it was up around 10%, but then since then it has cooled off its gains. And this order win is coming on the back of just a few days back they had announced a QIP of around 744 crore in November. So yes, a lot of moving parts for the company, and not only today but the stock in the last 1 year, I mean on YTD basis, it has moved more than 200%. So that's on Texmaco. It's at an all-time high today.
All right, that's Texmaco. That is at an all-time high in today's trading session. Moving on, let's talk about Gujarat Gas, Swati. And how is this one looking on the charts to you?
Yes, this one really looks good because we have seen that the stock has given a correction from almost 700 to 400 levels, and now at a momentum indicators such as the RSI showing a positive crossover from the oversold zone. So I believe that after such kind of a correction, we are likely to witness some sort of a pullback rally in this particular counter towards to 500 to 540 levels. The view is definitely just turning out from cautious to a little bit now on a positive side, and the momentum is, as I said, likely to be carried forward towards to 500 to 540. So one should hold the long position, or can create a long positions by maintaining a stop loss of a 430 levels on the downside.
Right then, let's shift focus to the consumer space then, and two counters in particular are in focus. Firstly is Colgate India and the other one is Nestle India, because HSBC has come out with a note on both both of these counters, while on Colgate they are positive. They have upgraded their rating on this particular counter and have raised the target price as well from rating. They have upgraded it to a buy rating now versus a hold earlier, and have hiked the target price to 2,652 rupees. What they are saying, but on the flip side for Nestle, they have downgraded this particular counter to a hold from a buy earlier, but here too they have upgraded the stock's target price to 25,200 rupees. The diversion in the valuation and the earnings growth they saw in 2023 looks set to deepen next year. The pricing power is the key as the competition increases across those categories and staples to keep the underperforming discretionary. And some of the other ideas that are in focus is the key ideas for 2024 as per HSBC, and they are Avenue Supermarts, Asian Paints, Colgate, Titan as well as Nykaa. So these are the counters that are on the radar of HSBC. But nevertheless, with the markets, all these counters are seen to be under pressure, while especially for Nestle, after that rating cut, the stock is down about 2%.
All right, moving on. Swati, let's talk about Cholamandalam. How is this one looking on the charts to you right now?
It is really doing very well. In the last few trading sessions, we have seen that the once the stock manages to give a breakout of 20 DMA, which comes straight around 1150 levels, and we have seen a very swift rally on the upside. Now the stock is trading towards to 1143-45 levels. I believe that this particular counter will continue such kind of a pullback rally towards to 1300 to 1340. So my view is definitely positive as long as the stock holds 1200 levels as a support level.
Alright, moving on then, Lisa, Titagarh Rail Systems is in focus in today's trading session. Similar news flow to that of Texmaco. Is it an order win or there's another news flow to that?
No, it's not on the back of order win, but Titagarh, it's a day of rail stocks, I guess, for me today. So yes, Titagarh Rail is in focus today, and that is because of its QIP. Well, this QIP that was announced in 8th November, and it was launched on 7th November. And they have raised around 700 crore through this QIP. At the issue price was around 933 per share. Well, the names of the allottees to whom the QIP has been issued, they are out, and it includes marquee names like government pension funds, small cap World, Franklin India, ICICI Prudential. So yes, marquee investors are showing interest in Titagarh Rail, and that is why the stock is in focus today. And the QIP amount that will be used for the repayment of debt, for funding the working capital, and also for other general corporate purposes. So that is why we can see Titagarh Rail, it's up around 5% as we speak.
All right, so that is Titagarh Rail that is in focus, and that was the last talk on this edition of Market Fatafat. Just a goodbye from Shrishti, myself, as well as our producer Soma and our director Trevor. Thank you so much for watching, but stay tuned. As promised, Tracking Trends with Nikun Zalmia is up next.